it's Jessica with Just Fab with Jess. Welcome to 1980. No, I'm just kidding. It's really 2015, you know that. But don't I look like something that just came out of the 80s? Uh-huh. Hot pink blush, hot pink lips, blue, all kinds of color eyeshadow with pink, mascara, eyebrows, some kind of funk here, and what? I got crimped hair. For sure. So, you wonder why I'm dressed like this? I will tell you. How many of us have done something in our life and we look back and think, what the heck were we thinking? Why would we do that? Well, for one, everybody else was doing it in the 80s to look like this, so you kind of look normal. But on a more practical note, there's so many things we do in our life, and after we do them, we're full of regret and reasoning of why we did them. And so that's what I want to talk about today. Is there's like three different folds of what I want to talk to you about, but first being the double mind. How we make a decision, but then we're not sure about the decision. We ask God for an answer, but we're not sure if He gave us the right answer. And I want to talk to you about James 1:8 says, such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. And I think that that's where we're at right now, is we're at an unstable generation because we're not sure. We're listening to the people around us and not listening to God. And how we listen to God is through our spirit and through His word of what He tells us. And Satan wants to steal the will of God out of our life for us reasoning ourselves out of doing what we're called to do. For example, I had this necklace a couple weeks ago. Well, I got it like 2 weeks ago, and I bought it for Easter, and I worked to Bible study last week, and Erin Black loved it. Like, she's like, I want that necklace, and normally I would have just gave it to her, but I just bought it and I was wearing it for Easter. And so I just kind of reasoned myself out of the reasons why I would not give Erin my necklace. Like, all the reasons lined up perfectly. Like, I needed it for my Easter dress. I just bought it. I hadn't even wore it. Surely God wouldn't want me to bless her with my brand new necklace. He wants me to wear it. But every day I would wake up, I would be thinking about her and this necklace. Every day that I was like, I am supposed to get her this necklace. Well, I do the next best thing to obedience. I justified. So I went to Sam Moon and bought her a necklace. I know, right? How many times do we do this to God? How many times does He tell us to do something and we either don't do it deliberately, or we manipulate and reason the situation into doing it what fits us the best way? I hate to tell you, it's disobedience. And we have to realize, if God's called us to do something, He has called us to do it for a reason. And in that reason, His purpose, His perfect will show up. It will show up in a mighty way. So I just want to encourage you, if God's reasoning, when God tells us to do something, it normally doesn't make sense to everyone around us. It normally doesn't make sense to our mind. So that's why we struggle so much in this battle of reasoning, of talking ourselves out. Oh, surely God's not going to ask you. The devil's not going to ask you to bless someone else. He's just not. And so we have to be led by the Spirit and not the people around us. I think so many times we reason ourselves out of believing in God or having faith. We talk ourselves out of it. And the Bible says we're supposed to have childlike faith. We got to get out our heads and stop trying to convince ourselves to have all the answers. And reasoning is wanting to know the why behind something. We may never know the full why behind what God calls us to do in any circumstances. Just like us dressing like this in the 80s, we will never know the why behind why we thought this looked good. So, but the problem is, I've reasoned myself today to think, oh, I kind of like this look. We should bring it back. It just shows you how crazy. Like, in one sense, I'm like, you're an idiot. Why would you wear your hair like that? But then in another sense, I'm like, oh, it's kind of cute. So many times we're just wavering like the sea, and just like, we don't know which way's up. We don't know which way's down because we've thought it to death. And so I just want to encourage you to get out of your mind. Just when God really like speaks to you on a subject, or just be obedient. Like when Erin liked the necklace, I should have took the necklace off and gave it to her. I didn't have to reason with God, and I didn't have to go as far as going and buying another necklace. So I just want to encourage you just to listen to the Spirit and just really live by the Spirit and not by your mind, because the mind will play tricks on you and it will make you cray cray. So I hope this helps. I know it sounds so simple, but we all struggle with it in stupid scenarios. And if we would just start being obedient in the little things, God can entrust us with the bigger things. So I hope this helps y'all, and I hope y'all have a rockin' 80s kind of day. Be blessed. See you soon. Bye.